South Summit softball versus Millard. Mic test. Mic test. South Summit softball versus Millard. Mic test. Mic test. South Summit softball versus Millard. Mic test. Mic test. South Summit softball versus Millard. Mic test. Mic test. South Summit softball versus Millard. Mic test. Mic test. South Summit softball versus Millard. Mic test. Mic test. South Summit softball versus Millard. Mic test. Mic test. South Summit softball versus Millard. Mic test.
Mic check, 1, 2, mic check.
down the starting lineups. We'll start with the visiting Millard Eagles. Leading off, number 11, third baseman Jay Clarkson. Batting second, number 18, the center fielder Kay Dearden. Batting fourth, number 24, first baseman M. Stevens.
Mic check, 1, 2, mic check.
Batting fifth, the designated player, number 4, B. Reed. Batting sixth and playing right field, number 1, M. Wade. Batting seventh, shortstop, number 22, G. Stevenson. Batting eighth, playing left field, number 6, K. Thurman. Batting ninth, playing second base, number 23, M. Davies. And the flex player is the pitcher, number 55, K. Hickman. Now for your South Summit Wildcats. Leading off, playing second base, number 3, Mariah Bowen. Batting second, the catcher, number 6, Brinley Stapleton. Batting third, playing shortstop, number 4, Brooklyn Peacock. Batting cleanup, number 10, first baseman Emma Broadbent. Batting fifth and playing center field, number 7, Malia Olson. Batting sixth, playing right field, number 2, Aaliyah Ace. Batting seventh, the pitcher, number 12, Toshlin Louder. Batting eighth, third baseman, number 5, Adri Fitzgerald. And batting ninth, playing left field, number 18, Javian Clay.
Welcome everyone to today's Wildcat TV production of Wildcat Softball. We have the South Summit Wildcats taking on the Millard Eagles. You just heard the starting lineups from Coach Roof as he announces the game live out to the people here at this beautiful stadium, softball field that we have now acquired and are very proudly using. It's a beautiful day here in Camas, Utah, about 65 degrees, a little wind blowing in. It'll be tough for anyone to hit it out over this fence today. We have Millard joining us fresh off a win versus Kanab. Millard is 6-12 so far this year. South Summit has actually won 10 out of their last 11, with their only loss, I believe, to Grantsville on those last 11 games here at home. They just finished a tough game on senior night yesterday versus Union, where they pulled it out 6-5. So we're about to get underway here. If you're not watching live, sorry about the poor streaming. We're working on that, but we will get things back on track, and it'll be at least put on later for viewers to watch. Up first will be Clarkson, the third baseman for the Millard Eagles. Toshlin Louder is on the mound. Wildcats in their usual defensive positions. Brinley Stapleton at catcher. As Clarkson takes strike one. Emma Broadbent at first. Mariah Bowen at second. Brooklyn Peacock at short. Adri Fitzgerald playing third base. Out in left field is Javian Clegg as Clarkson hits one foul for strike two. In center field, Malia Olson. And in right field, Aaliyah Aced. Clarkson takes ball one. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to the Eagles' first batter. She hits a little blooper pop up. Mariah Bowen comes charging in for the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up the center fielder, number 18, Dearden. Dearden is batting .364 on the season. She's got 5 doubles, 4 home runs. She's got some power, obviously, as she swings and misses. Strike one. Foul ball, strike two. So Louder quickly ahead in the count. 0-2 count. Doesn't want to throw Dearden anything over the strike zone, with her being as good of a hitter as she is. And she gets one a little outside, swung on, foul ball. Remains strike two. On deck for the Eagles is Warner, the catcher. as Dearden hits a hard ground ball straight to the first baseman, Eber Broadbent, fields it cleanly and steps on the base for out number 2. And that'll bring up number 3, Warner, the catcher, with 2 outs. She takes strike 1. Warner's batting .404 on the season as she takes strike 2. She's got 1 home run and 5 doubles. Behind in the count here as Louder delivers up high for ball 1. There's a blooper to the shortstop. Brooklyn Peacock runs over and makes the grab for the 3rd out of the inning. Eagles up 1, 2, and 3. Wildcats put them down 1, 2, and 3. That'll bring us to Mariah Bowen to start off the bottom of the 1st inning in a moment.
Thank you. Now the starting lineups. We'll start with the visiting. Millard Eagles. Leading off, number 11, 3rd baseman Jay Clarkson. Batting second. Number 18, the center fielder.
Welcome back.
Leading off for the Wildcats.
We'll have Mariah Bowen, the 2nd baseman, up first for the Wildcats. Millard's defense over at first base is Stevens, 2nd base is Davies, shortstop is Stevenson, 3rd base Clarkson, pitching is Hickman, catching is Warner. Here's the first pitch, up high, ball 1. In center field is Dearden, right field is Wade, left field is Thurman, and the designated player is Reed, and Reed is batting 5th. As Mariah swings at 1 for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Bowen. Odd ball 2.
First baseman M. Stevens.
In the
Mike
dirt,
check,
ball
1, 2,
3.
Mike check.
Batting 5th.
Bowen quickly ahead in the count, 3 and 1, looking for something she likes.
Batting 6th and playing right field, number 1.
As Hickman delivers, Mariah hits a nice little line drive past the 2nd baseman. It's going to be a base hit as the center fielder, Dearden, fields that cleanly, gets it into her shortstop, Stevenson. Wildcats with a runner on first base. That'll bring up the catcher, number 6, Brinley Stapleton. Stapleton batting .415 on the season. She's got 1 home run, 3 doubles. Means she's got a lot of singles. And there's a grounder to the 3rd baseman, bobbles it, fires over to first base, comes off the bag, can't get back on time, and Stapleton beats it out, moves Bowen over to 2nd base, with the Wildcats now have runners on 1st and 2nd base with no outs. That'll bring up the shortstop, Brooklyn Peacock. Brooklyn has 4 home runs on the season. She's batting .338. First one's in the dirt, gets by the catcher. Both runners advance. Now 2 runners in scoring position with no outs. Peacock up to bat. Love watching Brooklyn swing. It's so pure as she takes ball 2.
And the flex player is the pitcher, number 55, Kay Hickman. Now for your South Summit Wildcat.
Here's the pitch from Hickman. Swung on, hard ground ball. Third baseman bobbles it again. Now it looks like Stapleton gets caught in a rundown, as the third baseman was going to throw it over to first base. Clarkson over to Stevens, but she bobbled it enough, and Stapleton kind of got confused on what to do there. Gets tagged out in the base path for the first out of the inning. But Peacock is on first base, has an RBI as Bowen came across the plate. Broadbent, now at the bat, takes ball 1. As the catcher Warner throws it down to her first baseman Stevens to hold Peacock closer to the bag after that pitch. Outside, ball 2. Peacock staring down the catcher. Warner kind of tempting her to throw it again. Warner doesn't pull the trigger, gets it back to the pitcher. Emma, in a good hitter's count, swings. It's going to be a one hopper, I guess, to the first baseman, tagged the bag. I thought it was a line drive. Must have been a one hopper because Brooklyn Peacock took second on it. So the second out of the inning, as Stevens fields that cleanly. And there's a big sharp hit from Olson, the center fielder. That's going to bring around Peacock from second base as Olson trades places with her with a stand-up double and an RBI, putting the Wildcats up 2-0. That'll bring up Aaliyah Aist to the plates. Aaliyah, the right fielder, is batting .417 on the season, takes ball 1. Aaliyah has a home run, 2 doubles, and a triple. Gotta love those triples. She's had a hot bat as of late. As that ball gets overthrown past Hickman's glove, luckily the second baseman, Davies, was right there to field it and stop Olson from taking an extra base. It's a little inside, ball 3. So Hickman quickly behind in the count, 3-0. We'll see if Aaliyah has the take sign or swing away from her coach. That's inside. Oh, called strike 1. Glad she didn't swing at that. That would have been a tough one to get the bat on. At least the barrel of the bat. 3 balls and a strike to the right fielder. And she hits a high pop up to the left side. Shortstop's crashing in. I can't see what's happening. Looks like it's a foul ball. Hit the ground as everyone's still on the field. Shortstop Stevenson hustling over there, trying to make the play. Obviously, she just didn't have enough reach to get to that ball. So Hickman's battling back, 3-2 count against Aist. And Aist takes ball 4. That one's inside at the knees. Olson kind of toying around on the base path out there, dives back into second base as Warner throws down to Clarkson over at third base to make sure she doesn't take an extra one. That'll bring up Toshlin Louder, the pitcher. Toshlin hits a little blooper to the second baseman, who flips it over to the shortstop. Stevenson gets the third out of the inning, but not before the damage is done. Wildcats put up 2. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome everyone to today's Wildcat TV production of Wildcat. Softball, we have the South Summit Wildcats taking on the Millard Eagles. You just heard the starting lineups from Coach Roof as he announces the game live. That'll bring up the first baseman, number 24, Stevens, for the Eagles to start off this second inning. Their team down 2-0. Stevens takes ball one. Up high, ball two. Out to the people here. That one's going to be called for strike one over the inside corner. Softball field that we have now acquired, and Stevens batting .324 on the season. He's got 4 doubles. Takes strike two, right at the letters. Nods her head in agreement. She's seen it. She knows. 2-2. She's got to protect. Here comes the pitch from Louder. Swung on, foul ball. Count remains 2-2. Here in Camas, Utah, about 65 degrees, a little wind blowing in. It'll be tough for anyone to hit it out over this fence today. We have Millard up high, ball 3. Full count to the first baseman. Louder gets her sign. She delivers. Swung on and missed a dirty changeup. I would have never hit that. Glad Stevens even tried. Strike 3 in the first out of the inning. That'll bring up number 4, Reed, the designated player. Millard is 6 not in the field. So she's just hitting. South Summit has actually won 10 out of their last. She awaits the first pitch from Louder. It's called strike 1. Reed batting .381 on the season. Swung on and missed, strike 2. Their only loss, I believe, to Grantsville on those last 11 games here at home. Louder changes her speeds up so well. Senior night, yes. She can locate. As that one's fouled off. Count remains 0-2. There's a hard hit ball in the gap. In between Ace and Olsen, 2 hops to the fence. Olsen fires it in as Reed is in there with a stand-up double. Great hit. Increase her batting average a little bit. That'll bring up number 1, the right fielder, Wade. Wade batting .294 on the season. If you're looking to trade places with Reed, with one out, we're working on trying to get the Eagles on the board. Things back on track, and she takes strike 1. It'll be at least put on later for viewers to watch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Foul ball. Broadbent picks that one up. Swing and a miss, strike 3. As Louder records her first K. The third baseman for the Millard Eagles. And that'll bring up number 22, Stevenson, the shortstop. Wildcats in their usual defensive. with 2 outs and a runner on second. She doesn't want to leave her stranded as she swings and misses for strike 1, giving the pitcher Louder a little help there as that ball was a little high. Stevenson batting .333 on the season. Positions, Brinley Stapleton a catcher. Sorry,
As
there's
Clarkson
2
takes
Stevensons.
strike 1.
I'm going to assume this is the other
Emma
one batting
Broadbent at first, Mariah
.226.
Bowen at second, Brooklyn Peacock.
It's got someone related to her as a freshman. She's a sophomore. 2 balls and a strike. Just over the inside corner, strike 2. So 2-0 in the second
Gets
inning. 2
short,
balls,
A.J.
2 strikes, 2
Fitzgerald
outs, a
playing
runner
third
on
base.
second, a
Out
whole
in
lot of
left field
twos.
is Javian Clegg.
As we get ball
As
3 right
Clarkson
there.
hits one foul for strike